This is the third in, I'm telling you about Sizer, where I had a house. I'm just trying to tell you what I've been living with on a daily basis, okay? He mentions here, and if you read this, you think I was the scum of the earth. And this is a total blatant lie. He says here, I'm going to read a little bit more here. I had to do this over. It's going to be the third one. The entrance room was either coffee or cola on the carpet and some in the hallway. The rugs were cleaned with a week before you got there. The cost then is now $142. Wow, he's racked up a whole lot, hasn't he? The Ethan Allen bed I let you use as you had no bed. How come I don't have a bed? People, are you listening to this? Or does anybody care? Had bad scars. This is lies. So now he's got me $45. Okay, I'm going over here. He said okay. The whole thing's crazy. I wonder which. Okay, on the back here, he's listed all this that I was supposed to have done. Poor little me. I was supposed to have done all this stuff, and everything in it is a friggin' lie. Look at all this. It comes to $692. I stayed there 4 months before he evicted me. And then the eviction notice was a lie. When I left, I've said this on the first one, I left because it looked legit to me. And when I went out the door, there was 2 policemen there, so what would you think? So this was the notice for termination. Now, I told where he showed where I've paid the rent. So he made all this up. It's all a lie. So I guess that's so I guess he kept the $400 deposit. I can't. Like I say, you'd think I was the villain. It's almost akin to what they did to my dad. It's all friggin' lies. They should be locked up. First of all, using chemicals. If this was a Jew or the Holocaust, they would lock them up. When I was over at Edinburgh retirement, and there's more to this, and she kept her job too. I couldn't stay. I stayed there. I was so happy to get a place. And let me mind you, Buckingham Palace, and I was taken from my mom and dad and put in a pigsty in Moulton. Pain and suffering and torture in cases that should have been brought into court and people locked up. Nobody's touched it. He mentioned Richfield here to try to make me look bad, and that's my whole point in doing all this. If you went back to Joseph Stream, a HUD, I have to get HUD, and I can't get it. The couple I've gotten, they've done the same thing. And I could get into what they were threatened with, or some of them were just gone along anyway. But Richfield, I'm going to get into this. I stayed there, I don't know how many months. Maybe it wasn't 7. I stayed at Joseph Stream. And I'm going to tell you this. The Bulletin was the name of the little newspaper there. And the woman, she would not even come inside. They got my sofa. And when I had to move, I was so sick. I was dying. She wouldn't even come in the door because she got so sick. She'd been in a couple of times at what they were putting through there. That's a nightmare what happened there. But he's mentioned Richfield, which is, I was at Edinburgh. And by the way, the Jewish woman that ended up with my apartment, and I was so sick, I stayed there 7 months, I believe, trying to hang in. She said to me, well, she'd married a Jew psychiatrist. Her name was Carol Rogers Simon. And what she's doing there, I don't know, but she was there. And when I got there, she told me that I was paying for the crimes that my family did against the Jews. She's saying me being gassed, and that's what it was. I'm paying to be gassed. And I guess that was okay. Evidently, it still hasn't stopped. And I'm not supposed to say anything about it. I'm supposed to just shut up and, okay, I mean, that was a total lie, like I said. And so, if you did a background check on me, I can't even use my real name. But anyway, she said it herself. She said her husband that she divorced was a psychiatrist, and that was the reason for what was being done to me was because of my family, and referring to the Jews. And Richfield. Okay, I went to Richfield, and I've always said it was pretty. It's beautiful. I love to fish. They even had a pond. Can you imagine staying where you're so sick every day and you're taken to the hospital emergency room on a couple occasions while I was there, and at least I was headed there, specifically one time when they pulled off to urgent care, and the doctor that happened to be what he specialized in was chemicals. And he was the first out of all the doctors I worked for and had been to when I got sick over the years, whatever, had my babies. Nobody ever told me I was allergic to chemicals. I had an autoimmune disorder. And how it worked, how it made you sick and everything. And you have to stay away from it if you're where it's being used, and if it's in your home and it's being deliberately put up, you have to move if they don't fix it. So that's it. There's something else I was going to say now, and I'll get off without saying it. Oh, Richfield. He deliberately used this like it would look really bad on me. And here's what he said down to all the other lies he put on here. I've just put up. Peggy, remember you told me you left Richfield because of the putty in the windows was triggering your problem, and you would not allow Howard Johnson Motel, where you were staying before you got here, to use any. That's not true. They allow them to use it. They didn't ask me. Nobody has. Do anybody in their right mind think that I enjoy inhaling all this stuff? I have been where it's mold and mildew. I've paid for a week and only get to stay a couple of days. I was sick, and that until getting a cab to find another place to go to pay for another couple of days till I was made so sick. And here you got this. I've got a word for him. If he had to look God in the face, oh wow. But this is what went on all the time with me. This is what I've been through, and the lies that were told. I'm going to stop here because on one case, living in Richfield, that's what happened. I went to the doctor, and I'm going to go ahead and say this. He specialized in it. And by the way, a woman came in, a girl did, while I was sitting there waiting on him, and she went on in because her hand, she worked at fast food, McDonald's, I think, I'm not sure, but she had somehow put grease, I don't know what it was, grease, that's a burn, it was some kind of chemical that got on her. And she was seeing this doctor. Well, people empathize with that. It's visual. Mine's not so visual, what is done to me, so they can ignore me and say, oh, well, so what? It can't be that bad. Anyway, here's what, first of all, I didn't say half of this about it being putty, about out at Richfield, which look at all that this man has felt free. Really, okay, I'm going to go back to this, though, where he's put it about Richfield. And it's a beautiful place out there. They got two ponds. One pond that you can sleep. They got two. They've got two. And they stock it with trout and bass. And you think with all how I love to fish, oh my God, the little bit I was there, I was so happy to get out there and fish and have fish to eat. So now then, that's Richfield. So I managed to stay there that long. Now this man's using it against me, Sizer, and I've just tried to put up all this man did out there in Trouttville. I wouldn't allow Johnson's Motor, but it's owned by the same people here where I'm living now for the last over a year. I don't know how long I'll be here, but anyway. Now not allowed to, not allowed. I wish I could have not allowed them to do it. They didn't ask me. They all come in and did it, and I can't get a law to stop any of it or anything. Um, to use, I just, it goes along with that letter from Affordable Sweets. First of all, the chemicals they put in there, that's a joke. They would get down on, they were doing this because they were told to. Who do you think, why do you think they're doing all this? It's the whole thing about law enforcement comes in, they're the ones doing it, they can help me or hurt me. They tell them to do it because they get things on them or on their kids, and they'll say, you do this, or safety codes, and you can follow me. And I guess I'll be out of here in a few minutes. I don't know. With no place to go. Anyway, he's put down lies here. They wouldn't allow anybody to use cleaning solutions. What's running me over with a vacuum cleaner, affordable, that I just put up the first one, and she was threatening me if I tried to come up and pay her on time, like I always did. Should have the cops come out and arrest me for trespassing. Believe you me, they would. That was Kay, her last name, right here. No, do I have it? Yeah, Debbie Kay. You should know how she, I'm going to tell you this. A cab for a couple of times I got about a year ago, you're not going to believe, she was somehow allowed to, she didn't work for the cab company. She worked on those 2 times to pick me up. And I thought, I didn't know her at first. I've never seen her since. And I thought, my God, you have to sign a little thing I did. She had her name on it. And that's how come I thought they're allowing this woman, just for the hell of it, to come in here these 2 times and pick me up. Are they flaunting it in my face with her? Well, not the cab company. They've been pretty good. I don't know why they went along with it. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here. You get the, oh, and here it said, I also told you to leave the rental unit 4 times before you kept oh my God. Oh, me. I wish that somebody, all lies, would have cameras. But he's dead and gotten it, and I'm not sure there weren't cameras hidden there somewhere. Because remember, the FBI, if they ever tell this, or the Brits are able to, have for a long time been there since I got the letter in, well, maybe before, June of 79. It would be so nice to see this all laid out, and it's quite unbelievable. What this land of the free and home of the brave did to one human being. Respect. My God, you treated me like a piece of garbage, the worst criminal in this that ever walked the face of the earth, and what you did to my children. No wonder you don't want it told.